Oh, g'day. I'm David Bone. I'm a drought relief counsellor for the Southern New South Wales Local Health District. I mostly work with farmers and their families and help them out through the drought. But this year, in this fire-blackened year, I've been helping a lot of families that have been affected by the fires find their way home. For a lot of people, 2020's been a tough year. What am I telling you? You already know just how tough it is. But there's one question that people seem to ask me all the time.
What can I do to improve my mental health?
It's a good question, but it doesn't have a simple or even a single answer. So I thought I'd come into town to investigate. There are plenty of things that will do your body and mind good. Eat better, get some exercise, talk to your GP about managing your stress. But here's the thing. Even with all the turbocharged counselling encouragement I can give you, trying lots of lifestyle changes and making all those changes at once is unlikely to last. So yeah, I guess I can prove that by asking how many New Year's resolutions are you still doing now? So while you could try making every lifestyle and health modification all at once, experience tells us that tackling one thing at a time might produce a better result. Mental health's a bit like baking. There's plenty of changes you could make, but making all the radical changes at once isn't likely to produce a better cake. So Jack, what's the secret to improving your case?
Well mate, you only change one thing at a time.
If you only make one lifestyle change at a time, then the chances of noticing the benefits and seeing a real difference in your life go right up.
What's at the top of your list for a healthy lifestyle?
Right at the top, ease up on your drinking. Alcohol's a drug, and like all drugs, it has side effects. What about alcohol? What sort of side effects does that have?
Well, alcohol is a depressant, which means it can affect our mood. When we take alcohol, it makes us really sad.
Not everyone drinks the same amount, or for the same reasons. Some people use alcohol to reduce their pain, ease the stress of life, and give them some relief from every bad thing that's happened in 2020. Other people rely on alcohol and they've got the disease of addiction. No matter how much or why, the reality is the more you drink, the sadder you get. So while you might think that drinking will make you feel better, it's simply not true. So Donna, what happens when you drink more and more alcohol?
For some people, initially it starts off as being a strategy they use to cope with or even just have a good time. And then with more and more use, that coping and good time can become a problem.
So no one ever wakes up the next morning after they've been on the cans going, woohoo.
No, they're usually feeling a bit worse for wear, feeling a bit hungover. And over time, it can make people sad and anxious and depressed.
The more you drink, the sadder you get. And it might not just be you who's noticing those changes in you. Drinking changes your mood. You go up for a while, but then you go down, right down. Your wife knows that, the people you work with will see that, your family, your friends, they're all on the same emotional roller coaster with you. Drinking too much can be risky. Drink driving's a risk, losing your job is a risk, driving your family away is a risk. Eventually, what you thought was a solution has become the problem. Now that we know each other a little better, there's something I really want to say. The purpose of this film is simply to make you think about your drinking, how much you're drinking, and the impact it's having on your life. And for some people, taking stock of your drinking is enough. Just simply asking yourself the question, is alcohol stopping me from getting everything I want to have out of my life? Questioning your alcohol consumption and then taking action to find the right balance of drinking can happen without any professional help. But if you think you have a problem with drinking, or maybe the people you love and trust say you're drinking too much, well, these are warning signs. So you're at the beach and you hear the shark alarm go off and the lifeguards say, get out of the water, and everybody else is coming out of the surf. They're warning signs. Would you ignore those warning signs? So what can be done then about drinking's warning signs? So is there a one-size-fits-all solution to dealing with problem drinking?
No, there's not. No, it's about what the person wants to achieve. So primarily it's about harm minimisation, reducing their harm from drinking. For some people, they will swap to a low risk pattern of drinking, which is two standard drinks a day, 2 alcohol-free days a week, no more than 4 standard drinks in a session. For other people, it's about reducing what their alcohol consumption, and for other people it's about stopping for a period or stopping forever.
You know, life is good, but sometimes drinking too much gets in the way of really enjoying it. And we've had enough bad things happen to us in 2020. It's time we took back control. You can bring happiness back into your life by taking one simple step. Take the action you need to reduce the risk that alcohol brings.
What does lower risk drinking look like?
Well, one guide might be aiming for no more than 2 standard drinks a day and having at least 2 days a week alcohol-free. Winding down your drinking to get to that level could mean switching over to mid-strength or having a spacer, so you do 1 soft drink in between each alcoholic drink. I know, this is Australia. There'll always be lots of social and peer group pressure to drink. And for some people, drinking is the disease of addiction. There is help available. In the description below, you'll find links to support services. But in the end, this is your journey. You get to decide what's right for you and what's right for your family. This is the right time to take the first step towards a happier, healthier life.